welcome back to my channel. It's me, Farrah. I know it's been, over a month now since I've done a video, but I do apologise. I was quite busy with work and stuff, and I went on holiday, having a really nice holiday in Gran Canaria. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about, now I recently went back onto my Facebook because I hadn't really been posting on it properly for quite a while, until I got a decent phone that worked properly, so I reinstalled Facebook. And it's been really nice to catch up with a lot of people that I hadn't really spoken to for a long time on Facebook. But also, I did notice for my trans community and all the trans people that I follow and follow me, that there's quite a lot of negative posts by trans women in various stages of their transition. And of course, I know exactly how it feels and how hard transitioning is and how hard everyday life can be when you're a transgendered person or transsexual woman. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about, transsexual women. And it can just become very difficult, and it feels very like there's no end in sight and all that kind of stuff. I completely understand all of those things. But at the same time, what I want to talk about today is that I think it's really, really important that you take control of your own positivity and your own journey, and try to, I know it's really difficult, but to try and stay on track no matter what's going on, and just stay really focused on your transition, because at the end of the day, the only person who really cares about you succeeding in life is you. I'm not trying to say that in a horrible or negative way, but I think it's always really important as a person to remember that no matter how many people you have around you that love you and support you, that at the end of the day, it's still just you who has to live for you. You know, you have to follow your dreams, you have to do the things that are important to you, and you can't let other people's views get in your way of what you want to do in life or who you want to become as a person. And I think that's really important and true when it comes to transitioning. I worked my arse off, literally, to become the person I am today. And I'm still working really hard as a person. I probably will end up working as hard as I am now until the day I die, because, you know, I'm not rich. I don't have loads of money. And to stay living the life that I kind of live and want to live for the rest of my life, I'm going to have to continue to work really hard to be the person I am. So I completely understand when people say they can't afford to transition, or they can't afford this, or they can't afford that. I completely get that, and in this country I understand that, you know, there's a long waiting list on the NHS for trans women, you know, to be able to get their hormones, to get their referrals, to have their surgeries and things like that. And I'm not knocking any of those things at all. I think they're fantastic things. But me personally, I did everything privately because I'm impatient and I couldn't wait. And I completely understand that no one can wait, and some of us cannot afford to do anything earlier than when they get their chance with the NHS. I completely understand that. But I made it happen. I had to, because it was so important to me. So, you know, I did more work. I saved every piece of money that I had. Even when I didn't have the money, I made sure that I had the money for everything that I wanted to get done and stuff. And I saved and I saved, and it took me a long time to get the money to have my surgeries and things. But, you know, it was really important. And I think because I paid for it myself, you know, I really, really appreciated it even more. So I just think that, you know, I completely understand when you're stuck in a situation, and I did it as well, you know, where you blame the world and it's everybody else's fault, and, you know, you have no help and there's no help out there, and you don't know what to do, and you don't know where to go, and you don't even know how to start. But I think it's really important to own that and use that as your drive to move forward in your transition. You know, I think that once I stopped blaming everybody else, and once I stopped feeling sorry for myself, which I completely understand, it's the most naturalist thing to do when you're in that kind of situation. But as soon as I stopped doing that and I just kept pushing forward, things started to work out better for me, and I also felt better in myself. It didn't feel like such a struggle, and it didn't feel like such a long journey that I felt like I would never see the end of. Whereas once I started to think positively and just move forward, it really helped. And I also think if you don't have the right people around you as well, that can be a hindrance as well. And so I do think, you know, if anyone out there, any trans women out there who are transitioning, you know, make sure that the people around you are the right people around you, that have your back, that are supporting you, that, you know, are lifting you up every day, because you don't want to be around people who are negative or sort of say things, oh, you know, are you still doing that? Are you still on that? You know, yes, of course, it's your life. It's important. You need to have people around you who are supportive and who want the best for you, because it's still something you have to do on your own. But if the people around you are supporting what you're doing and have your back, then it's a lot easier for you to go through this. It's not one of those things. You want people around you who, when you discuss it, are not sort of thinking, "Oh God, here she goes again, talking about the same thing," because it's all consuming when you're trans. It's a very selfish thing, because you have to completely put yourself and your needs before everybody else. Otherwise, you cannot complete your journey, or you can't complete the tasks that you set for yourself for your transition. So I completely understand that it's a very selfish thing. So when you are around other people, you need them to be supportive of you. You don't want them to be like fed up with you constantly talking about it, because it does. I mean, unfortunately, but I think it's true. It does have to kind of become an obsession for you to get through it as quickly as you can, so that you can start living your life happily, and not sort of constantly be in a transitional state, as it were. I mean, we're all constantly transitioning, but I mean, once you've got past all the things that you personally really wanted to get done, then you can start living your life properly, authentically. So I think once you make it your obsession, in a healthy way, I'm talking about you put all of your drive and your power into your transition. Once you start doing that, then it becomes a lot easier and actually more fun and productive, because you're looking at it in a happy way. So that was just my little thought today, and I hope that it helps some people, some girls transitioning. I know that I would have loved someone to give me some advice like that when I was younger, because it really does help when you have people who are in the same situation as you giving advice on their experiences. So I hope that that's helped some people. Hope you all have a really, really good day, and I'll speak to you soon. Lots of love.